Hey, what's going on, guys? This is your girl C checking in with a new video. I just wanted to announce that I have made it through my final project for school. I'm totally stoked. My brain is completely drained from it, so I'm glad to have it over with. So, back to business. Survivor Series, the 25th anniversary is tomorrow, starting at 8 p.m. Now, we've seen some amazing pay-per-views from Survivor Series. As you all know, it's going to be in Madison Square Garden this year. And of course, the main attraction is The Rock. I know a lot of people are excited to see him back. Not gonna lie, it's nice to see a wrestler back from the Attitude Era bring back some spunk to the WWE. The WWE right now doesn't have a lot of star power, which I think is why they're bringing a lot of legends back and a lot of old school wrestling back to get the WWE fans hyper and excited about wrestling again. Survivor Series premiered in 1987, right after WrestleMania 3, and it was brought back in 2010. As we all know, The Undertaker premiered, his television premiere was in 1990 as part of Ted DiBiase's $1 Million Dream Team in a traditional Survivor Series match. We've also seen some amazing rivalries come to culmination, such as Yokozuna versus The Undertaker. They had an amazing rivalry in a Survivor Series. They ended that rivalry in a casket match. As you all know, Survivor Series is mainly focused on tag team matches. Well, used to be. A traditional Survivor Series match is 5-on-5, and if you're pinned, you're eliminated. So we can have a 1-on-5 match or a 3-on-2 match, however the match progresses. Now, let's get to the match card for tomorrow night. We have the Divas title on the line, Eve versus Beth Phoenix in a Lumberjill match. Hip hip hooray. We also have a U.S. title match between Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison. I find that to be a little bit random, even though Morrison has defeated Ziggler in 1 or 2 matches. I was hoping to see Ryder go for the U.S. title, so we'll see how that goes. I'll talk about that. Of course, we have the traditional Survivor Series match, Team Morton versus Team Barrett. We have the WWE Championship match, Del Rio versus CM Punk. And we have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Mark Henry and The Big Show. And of course, we cannot forget, which most likely will be the main event, John Cena and The Rock versus Awesome Truth, which of course is The Miz and R-Truth. Now, let's talk about the Divas title match. Not too much to say about it. My pick would have to be Eve. The reason why is because I don't feel like Beth Phoenix has been getting over the whole Divas of Doom, Sisters of Salvation type thing. Lately she hasn't been winning too many matches when it comes to non-title defenses. Her and Natalya, this whole thing hasn't been as successful as I wanted it to be, or I thought it was going to be, trying to take over the Divas division. So I'm thinking if Eve gets the title, then maybe Natalya can go after it, or perhaps there'll be a rivalry between Beth and Natalya, so we'll see how that goes. Now, if Phoenix keeps it, then it still can be a rivalry between Natalya and Phoenix. Maybe a little bit of jealousy, or maybe Natalya can be like, well, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have the title, blah, 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 all the good stuff. So, we'll see what happens. It'll also be interesting to see the other divas get involved in the match. So, of course, that's a major factor on who's going to win. Now, let's move on. We had the U.S. title match with Ziggler versus John Morrison. Now, there are a few different scenarios I have for this. Now, my pick is Ziggler. Why? Because I like the guy. He's a future WWE. He's awesome in the ring. He's one of those wrestlers where you have to respect him for his talent, but you hate him also because he's a dirty player in the ring, so I have to pick Ziggler. Now, Morrison being the contender is kind of random to me, just a little. We all know the writer has been doing this online petition backstage and with his fans and everything, trying to get a U.S. title match. So, I'm thinking if Ziggler wins, he might have to wrestle again and defend his title against Ryder. Now, also, it could be turned to a triple threat match without a notice. They could add Ryder in there, add another element to the game. That would be pretty interesting to see. Or, if John Morrison wins, he may have to defend his title to Ryder, and he just might lose the title. As we all know, Morrison isn't scheduled for a lot of appearances after a few weeks, so I don't see what would be the purpose of having the title unless he renewed his contract. So, we'll check that out. That's a couple of scenarios for that match. Now, we have the traditional Survivor Series match, Team Morton versus Team Barrett. First off, let me say, I really think that it should have been Team Rhodes instead of Team Barrett. just so that the rivalry between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes could continue on. I was very upset and disappointed on how the rivalry between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes ended. Although they will have a mutual dislike for each other throughout their careers, television-wise, I really thought that it should have been Team Rhodes, but, you know, whatever. I'm going to choose Team Barrett because I don't see why Team Barrett wouldn't win if they're pushing Barrett so much in the past few weeks. Team Barrett winning would be a major push for every superstar on his team, which consists of Barrett himself, Swagger, Ziggler, Unico, and Rhodes. And it would be a major push for all those heels, and it would be a major push for Barrett to get going where he's going. Now, if Team Orton wins, it's kind of the same old, the faces win, which his team consists of Kingston, Sin Cara, Sheamus, and Mason Ryan. Yeah, Mason Ryan. Don't like that dude. So, I'm going to go with Team Barrett. I like what Barrett has been doing in the ring. I would love to see him get an amazing push from this. Also, if Team Barrett wins, it can possibly lead to more of a rivalry between Barrett and Randy Orton, and that would be pretty interesting to see how those two can collaborate together and see what kind of performance they can give us. So that would be interesting. Now, moving on. The WWE Championship match. Del Rio versus CM Punk. I'm going with CM Punk. Why? Because he's one of my favorite wrestlers. It is time for CM Punk to have an appropriate reign as WWE Champion in the WWE. As we know, last time he was about to end his contract. He took the WWE title away from the company, came back, and Del Rio cashed in on him. So I think it's about time to have a decent CM Punk era up to WrestleMania. So that's why I'm going with CM Punk. Also, CM Punk deserves it. I don't see who else Del Rio would feud with after CM Punk. CM Punk, however, can continue to feud with Del Rio as champion and then move on. So we'll see how that goes. Next, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. Mark Henry versus Big Show. No prediction. Who do I want to win? Mark Henry, of course. That's my guy. I love him with the title. The reason why I say no prediction because last time they had a match, the ring imploded and we really couldn't decide who was the better man. So, hey guys, sorry for the interruption. We were talking about Big Show versus Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight Championship. Like I said before, I'm not going to put in too many predictions on it. Now, if Big Show does win the title, it would continue the Mark Henry and Big Show feud because Mark Henry would have a rematch clause. So that's one way for the feud to continue. Now, if Mark Henry wins, I don't see the feud really continuing on the championship level. They can feud if they want to, back and forth throughout their career, mutual dislike for each other, but it will be time for Mark Henry to go on to another person for a feud. Now, it might be Daniel Bryan. I'm not sure how Daniel Bryan can hold up against Mark Henry in a feud, but that would be pretty interesting going up to WrestleMania. So we're going to have to ride that match out and see who wins, but I would like for Mark Henry to keep the title. Now, the match everyone is waiting for. John Cena and the People's Champion, The Rock, versus The Miz and R-Truth. Well, I want Awesome Truth to win, but that's not going to happen. No way the WWE is going to let two superstars like John Cena and The Rock lose at Survivor Series. I just don't see that happening. Now, if John Cena and The Rock do win, we all know that in the match, most likely they're going to go at each other. Some wild cards to be, will Mick Foley pop up during this match? There's been some rumors going around the web that he might be the guest referee for the match. A lot of people are speculating if he'll interfere in the match. Will he have something to do with The Rock and John Cena losing or winning? We'll see. A lot of people are speculating if John Cena is going to go heel. A lot of people saying The Rock going heel, but if The Rock attacks John Cena, he's just going to still be a face. The people are going to love him attacking John Cena. That's all to it. Now, if he causes them to lose the match, I'm still not sure how the fans are going to react to The Rock. I'm pretty sure he's still going to remain a face. They're still going to love what he do because he's The Rock. That's who he is. That's what he's all about. Now, if John Cena turns on The Rock, of course, that's going to be a heel turn because most of the fans are more on The Rock's side anyway. So that would be interesting going into WrestleMania 28. Now, both of them just remaining face, that's a good idea too because the fans are going to decide who they want to side on, either The Rock or John Cena. So I think that match is going to have to speak for itself. There's some very combustible elements in that match that can go down. Now, the pay-per-view as a whole, to me, is not that exciting compared to Vengeance or compared to past Survivor Series. The only hype that we have is The Rock being there, which thank God that we have him, because if we didn't, this pay-per-view wouldn't be much of a pay-per-view. Of course, we look forward to seeing CM Punk perform and see what he's going to throw at the fans. He always put on good matches. I'm looking forward to seeing Del Rio perform as well. Will we see any returns tonight? You all know who I'm talking about. I have no clue. I don't see a reason for the Phenom to return. It will be an awesome surprise for me and a lot of fans, but I really don't see any point of him returning right now. So if he does pop up, that would be a major surprise. As for anyone else, we know that Kane is supposedly not supposed to return to the Royal Rumble. Anywhere else? Not really sure. Will Brodus Clay pop up? We don't know. That's kind of like whatever. So that's really all I have to say about Survivor Series. It should be an okay pay-per-view. The Rock will keep the ratings up, where the rest of the pay-per-view may fail. I would like to mention Ziggler performing 2 matches in the past pay-per-view and this one. That's really impressive. A lot of people don't like the guy, but he shows a lot of fortitude and a lot of passion for what he does with these back-to-back matches. I look forward to see how he's going to pull this one off. Hopefully he'll come out as U.S. champion, so we're going to see about that. So that's really all I have to say about Survivor Series. It's the 25th anniversary, Madison Square Garden. We want to see The Rock. We're going to see the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, the WWE title on the line. It should be a pretty okay pay-per-view. We'll see how the WWE pulls it off. So I'll have some links in the description box for you guys to check out some of my friends' websites on YouTube. Of course, check out the new NBO. Check that channel out. Check out NBO V2. Check out jomofan. He's awesome. Also, make sure you check out 4 Minor Project. Everybody that's on my friends list and subscriptions, check them out. I'm at 49 subscribers. I'm waiting to get that 1 so I can make a 50 subscriber dedication video. So that's going to be awesome. So this is your girl C, the First Lady of the NBO. Remember, God loves you. Keep it rocking. I'm out.